Good morning, Year 3, and welcome back to another one of our virtual English lessons, where we're going to be continuing to look at our unit of traditional tales and look at the true story of the Three Little Pigs. Now, I'm just going to share my screen. I've got a bit of a different starter to do with you today. Following on from our spag lesson the other day, I thought we could do a little bit of a focus on this. Okay, hopefully now you can see my screen. Hopefully now you can see my PowerPoint. So what I want you to do for your starter is each gold coin contains a root word that is missing its prefix. Now, can you match the coins to the treasure chest containing the correct prefix? So we've got matic, septic, social, sonic, pilot, graph, market, star, and clockwise as our root words. And then we've got our prefixes of super, anti, and auto. I wonder if you wanted to have a little look at matching them up, thinking about maybe what they mean as well. If you wanted to pause the video here and have a little look, then you can. Okay, we're going to come back together now and have a look at matching them up. So we've got matic. So matic would go with automatic. Oh, and there's a challenge as well. See if you can think of one more root word which could belong to each prefix. Right, here we go. So we've got matic, which links with automatic. We've got septic, antiseptic. You might get an antiseptic wipe, which cleans things. Social, you might have anti-social. Sonic will be supersonic. Pilot, autopilot. Graph, autograph, if somebody like a celebrity gives you their signature. Market might have supermarket where we go shopping. Star, superstar, which you are all being at home, and clockwise as well, which would be anti-clockwise, so it's the opposite. Okay, well done. You may have also had some answers for the challenge, which would have been sort of supervise, super glue, antibiotic, antidote, automobile, and autobiography as well. So well done if you got those. What I'm going to try and do now is share my screen again, so then you can see my other slides. So hopefully now you can see my slides and you can see what I can see. So today we're going to be having a look at starting to innovate our text map. So we innovate, we change parts of the story, don't we? But we keep other parts of the story the same. So if I have a little look here, I'm just going to move myself out of the way. Have a go, grab your text map that we made last week. Have a go at retelling your story using your text map. If you haven't got your text map to hand, don't worry. You can use the one that the amazing Miss Crown did for me last week. So we've got the wolf introducing himself, saying that they're known as the big bad wolf because of their diets. And it all started with a sneeze and a cup of sugar, saying this is the real story. It all started with baking a cake for my granny's birthday, but I ran out of sugar. So I walked to the first little house, and the first little house was made out of straw. I knocked on the door and nobody answered. That's when I felt my sneeze coming on, and I huffed and I snuffed and I sneezed a great sneeze, and you'll never believe who was lying in the middle of the floor was the third little pig, dead as a doornail. So I did the only thing that we were meant to do. We can't let food go to waste, and I ate him up. So I still needed my sugar, so I walked to the second little pig's house, and that little pig's house was made out of sticks. So I knocked on the door. Mr. Pig, are you in? Go away, wolf, I'm shaving the hairs on my chinny chin chin. Just as I was about to leave, I felt another sneeze coming along. Achoo! And there it is again. The house fell down and the second little pig was laying there dead. So what I did, I ate him up again. I then still needed my sugar, feeling a little bit full now, walked to the third little pig's house, and this house was made out of bricks. He was the brains of the family. So I knocked on the door. The pig was very rude, told me to go away. So that's just as I was about to leave, I felt another sneeze coming along, and he said, and your old granny can sit on a pin. Well, I don't normally lose my temper, but when people speak about my granny like that, so I was huffing and snuffing and sneezing all over the place trying to get the house down. That was when the newspaper, the reporters and the police turned up. Now, the newspapers didn't like the idea of being of sneezing houses down, so they turned me into the big bad wolf. That is when I was put into jail or prison. However, I wonder if you still have a cup of sugar I could borrow. So there was my version of the text, just retelling it, using the pictures to help me. Okay. Today, we're going to be thinking of ideas, how we can innovate our story, how we can change our story. We're going to be keeping some things the same, and we're going to be changing some things as well. So we're going to be keeping the sneeze the same, the houses the same. So what the house is made of, we're still going to have a straw, a brick and a wooden house. And we're going to keep the ending the same, where the wolf ends up in prison still after his ingredient, with the newspapers twisting the version of the story. We're going to change the wolf, we're going to change the sugar, and we are going to change the 3 little pigs into different characters. So what we're going to be doing today is mind mapping a bit of an idea about what we could use for those characters instead. So we need to replace the wolf. So instead of the wolf, we might have a witch, a fox, a lion, a bear, or a giant. Now, I've taken these pictures from traditional tales that I know, and these are generally the baddies in those sort of stories. If you think about, if you've ever seen the story of the film Shrek, you often see these characters, and they're often the bad characters, aren't they? If you think about when all the fairy tale characters were on his swamp, I was taking some characters from there. So you need to have your wolf in the middle and coming out lots of different ideas about what characters you can have. Okay, once you have done that, also have a little think about our pigs and how we can change our pigs into another character. So you could have a cat, 3 cats, 3 rabbits, 3 donkeys, 3 chickens, or 3 little dogs. And again, generally a good character we need now, don't we, that we can sort of portray as living in those houses. Then we need an ingredient to make something for Granny's birthday, don't we? So we could have a tea bag for a cup of tea, butter, you could make some toast, for example, chocolate, you could be making her chocolate cake, bread could be for a sandwich, milk could be for a cup of tea or a coffee, something like that as well. So what you're going to do today is think about these 3 things that I need changing: the wolf, the pigs, and the sugar. And you're going to get all your ideas down on paper about what we could change it to. Just mind mapping, just like I did, having your idea in the middle and then all your other ideas coming out the side. Please don't do anything with your text map yet. We're going to do that tomorrow. We want to all kind of have a go at doing the same idea, so then we're all writing it together. So please send in all your amazing ideas of all your different characters that you have got, and I can't wait to see them. I will speak to you soon. Bye.